So like I've said probably 100 times at this point, I don't really care about Marvel. I don't really care about Star Wars or Disney. In terms of the actual content that they're releasing, I couldn't really care less. But I'm here for the chaos. I'm here to see the failure of all of these companies, of all these corporations that have ruined all of the IPs that I love since I was a little kid. It's Lord of the Rings. It's probably going to be Harry Potter in the future. And we already know of Star Wars. We know of Marvel. We know that all these IPs are being ruined by these people who have these alternate agendas, and it's just getting old for me. I don't know if I'm the only one. I don't know if I'm a crazy one. Let me know in the comments if I am the only one and crazy, but I'm at this point where I'm just at total apathy for all of these IPs. I don't know what has to happen to make me want to go to the movies again, because easily before, if a Star Wars movie came out, if a big name MCU character movie came out, I was in there day one, probably even day two as well, if the movie was good enough. Like in game, I saw like 6 times with 6 different groups of people that I kept making go to the movies. Same thing with even Spider-Man No Way Home. I saw it maybe 2 or 3 times in the movies. Now it's just total apathy has hit, and I think it's a lot to do with Book of Boba Fett for one, and for two, the one that really put the nail in the coffin for me was the Kenobi show, because I always said, if the Kenobi show sucks, I will stop talking about Star Wars forever. And I stopped talking about Star Wars probably 6 months before the Kenobi show even came out. That Book of Boba Fett show made me almost quit YouTube. You know, I took a long break from YouTube because of that show. But we have some news today that kind of goes with the narrative that I've been putting out, kind of goes with the mindset that I have. Disney is in shambles, financially and narratively, and they can't make a single good movie. They're just making flop after flop after flop. They can't make a good narrative driven movie. They can't make a good profit driven movie. They just suck, and they can't even keep, you know, apparently obviously this is not fact, this is alleged, but Bob Chapek was even cooking the books for Disney Plus. Apparently, allegedly, I will keep saying that to avoid any legal issues. Allegedly, Bob Chapek couldn't even profit off of Disney Plus, so we had to cook the books to make the Disney Plus numbers look even better than they were. So who knows what kind of failures have really been going on at Disney? Because you don't fire your CEO out of nowhere. I believe they just extended him recently as well. You don't do that for no reason. There was some sort of reason behind that, whether he did cook the books or not. He was a failure as a CEO. But here we have this article from Variety. Black Panther Wakanda Forever stays atop box office for 5th weekend as overall ticket sales crater. Now, they're saying that it's on top of the box office. I think that is just to cater to Disney a little bit, to make them look a little bit better than they actually are, to make this Marvel Wakanda Forever movie look a little bit better than it actually is. Because I believe it's nearing 800 million, yeah, right here, 767.8 million worldwide and 409 million domestically. I predicted that this would make around 830 million. It looks like it could even be less than that, which is pretty crazy. The sequel failed or faced unexpected obstacles like the loss of star Chadwick Boseman, who played the title hero and died in 2020 from cancer, as well as, rest in peace by the way, as well as a challenged movie theater market. Globally, Wakanda Forever has generated 767.8 million, making it the 6th highest grossing movie of 2022. For a Marvel movie, that is awful. You can't use the pandy as an excuse anymore. Marvel should be making a lot more money than it actually is right now. There's no doubt about it. There's no way getting around it. Marvel is going downhill. Marvel is failing, and Marvel will end up failing. They're going to have to sell Marvel, or they're just going to run it straight into the ground, and it's no longer going to be a way to make profit for Disney, and they're just going to have to stop making Marvel movies because people aren't going for this stuff anymore. People are tired. They're tired. They're just tired because it's not just Marvel. It's everything that Disney creates. It's everything that Hollywood creates. It's Lord of the Rings, it's Star Wars, it's Marvel, it's all of the IPs that we all know and love. And I know people probably hate to hear this, but it's probably going to be Avatar as well. James Cameron has come out and said some very questionable things about his mindset, about his political opinions, that makes me very, very concerned for the release of Avatar: The Way of the Water. And here they talk about it as well. Overall, it's been a dismal weekend at the box office as exhibitors look ahead to Avatar: The Way of the Water, which opens on December 16th, my birthday by the way. Ticket sales reached 32.8 million between Friday and Sunday, one of the worst collective results this year according to ComScore. And, thinking about December 16th, like I said, it's my birthday. A lot of times those old Star Wars movies would release on December 16th. And it was just a great time, man. Every time it gets cold outside, you start looking forward to that Star Wars movie, because we had The Force Awakens, we had Rogue One, we had The Last Jedi, we had Solo, and then we had The Rise of Skywalker. So every single year in December, I actually think Solo was a June or July release or something stupid like that. But whenever it got cold outside, we started knowing we were getting towards that Star Wars movie. And now it's getting cold outside, and I don't care at all about a Star Wars movie. I don't think I would go see a Star Wars movie. And it's not because I'm making some stance. It's not because I think my dollar is so important that it's going to ruin Disney if I don't go see a Star Wars movie. I don't care. I don't care if it's worth it or not. I just have apathy to the point where I'm not going to waste 2.5 hours watching a movie. And I'm not going to go see Avatar: The Way of the Water in the theaters either, because I think it's like going to be 3 hours or over 3 hours or something. Dude, I got stuff to do. I don't have time to go watch this woke propaganda for 3.5 hours. I got better things to do, man. There's money to be made. I gotta work out. Stuff has to get done. And go and see woke propaganda isn't going to do anything but poison my brain for 3.5 hours. A 5-week stint at the box office charts, while great for Wakanda Forever, is not a formula for ongoing success for the industry, says Paul D. Word. I don't even know how to pronounce that. This has placed enormous pressure on Avatar: The Way of the Water to deliver big when it comes later this week. Yeah. So this is not only a huge loss for Disney, but it is a huge loss for the box office as a whole, because Marvel used to be automatic billion-dollar movies, and if it was a bigger name movie like Black Panther, it would be an automatic $2 billion movie, maybe even more. At least $1.5 billion. For a Black Panther movie, at least $1.5 billion. If Chadwick Boseman was there, if they were actually capable of making a good movie instead of just spreading propaganda. But they're not. And those days are over. Those days of every single Marvel movie being a $1 billion movie are over. Now, there's going to be $1 billion movies, obviously. We saw Spider-Man No Way Home, and we're going to see things in the future. Probably, the next Fantastic Four movie is going to be a $1 billion movie just based off the name. They're probably going to run that into the ground as well, where the next movies that come out with the Fantastic Four or any of the characters involved in it are going to flop majorly, because they're going to ruin that. And there's no doubt about it. Disney is going to ruin everything that they touch, especially Marvel. At least Star Wars seems to be possibly moving in a good direction. I haven't watched Andor past episode 1 because apathy, but apparently people are really liking Andor, and Kathleen Kennedy is getting up out of there soon. But dude, when it comes to everything else, it's going downhill majorly. And I don't even think that Star Wars is actually going uphill yet. I just think it might be going, like, maybe leveled out a little bit, and it might possibly go up in the future. I don't know. One bright spot is A24's The Whale, and this is just talking about the overall box office and how it's struggling without Marvel, without Star Wars. And it no doubt is going to for the near future, until maybe Avatar, or maybe Zack Snyder's new universe, maybe they start releasing those in theaters, until we get a new big franchise that isn't woke, that actually makes good content, that's not Disney, because Disney is done. Disney's done. But until we get something outside of Disney that's not woke, and it's a good franchise. I believe even Avatar is made by Disney. I'm not 100% sure on that. I'm pretty sure it's under the Disney banner, so that's probably out of the question. And I didn't have much hope for it anyway. But maybe Zack Snyder's universe or something can start releasing movies in theaters. Maybe that will save the box office, but it's not looking good, man. It's not looking good for movies as a whole. Strange World, also a Disney release, to lose $147 million. Why theatrical was best decision for Doomed Toon, not Disney Plus, as Bob Iger takes over CEO from Bob Chapek. Like I said, there was even some things where on Disney Plus, they probably made a lot less than they let on, because Bob Chapek cooked the books. And people are getting excited about Bob Iger coming back. I definitely think it's a good thing that Bob Chapek got up out of there, because he was not only ruining the movies, he's also ruining the parks. So hopefully Bob Iger can come back and stop all that. But probably not, because a lot of the issues that Bob Chapek was blamed for was actually Bob Iger's issues that he caused. We all know that. But yeah, Disney is not looking good right now. Disney is kind of in shambles after the Wakanda Forever failure. I think that this is a sign of things to come, that Marvel movies are not the titans that they used to be. They're not going to make the box office money that they used to, and they're just not good anymore. And people are waking up to it. Even the Marvel bots are waking up to the fact that these movies suck, and then they give you a cool cameo at the end of the movie to make you excited for the next one, and then the next movie sucks, and then you get a cameo at the end that makes you excited for the next one. It's stupid. It's very bot-like that it even took you this long to figure it out. But these movies suck, and Disney as a whole is in shambles. They're going downhill and they will fail. Let me know in the comments what you think about all these failures coming from Disney. Do you think Disney will ultimately fail, or do you think I'm just crazy? And let me know if you have the same apathy level that I have. Let me know in the comments about all these things. If you did enjoy the video, please leave a like, all that good stuff, and I hope to see you in the next one.